How you doing, Mr. G?
I'm doing great. It's a new year, new feeling. Oh my God.
It's been a
Well
minute.
relaxed. Touch together.
It's been a minute. How was your holiday? How did you? Is it your first time to have a holiday back at home since you were in the US?
Um, I was flexing on someone recently when I told them that my life is a holiday interrupted by a few stints of work. So I've always been on holiday.
Yeah.
But that was a flex. But yeah, it felt great to be back home, right? And
Yeah.
go to the coast. The
Yeah.
coast is also Kenya is also my second home. You
Yeah.
get me?
Yeah.
And that strip between Malindi, Diani, Watamu, Kilifi,
Yeah.
life is sweet over there. Eh? If you've made some shillings, please do yourself a favor. Toko Zanzibar okagenda kelamu akonda ka strip okakolechi.
Yeah.
Okay, enjoying it. But this time it was different because we usually have a private space where we go.
Yeah.
But this time, because we had no nanny, had no help, and I have a very young child, we decided to stay at a resort.
Yeah.
Now, at the resort, I was getting VIP treatment. You know, I'm used to these things of I'm only popular in Uganda, what. But when I was there,
Yeah.
the whole of East Africa was celebrating your boy. Like, people bringing me extra stuff at breakfast, people stopping me while I'm with my son, and they're calling me by name.
Yeah.
So it felt good to like be among my people, celebrating my music. Some waiter rapped for me a whole verse of Yenze.
Yeah.
Like, it really feels good. The guys who were fixing the lights for decoration for New Year's, yeah, good family, good feeling, good vibes. Yeah, so it felt really good.
That's great. Do you think that it's a culture you picked up from the US? Because here, traveling for vacations, most especially holidays, it's not a culture that is so common when it comes to Ugandans.
It's not common to broke people, but for people who have money, Ugandans travel. Trust me, Ugandans travel.
Yeah.
Trust me, Ugandans travel. But also the culture of I came to learn this like a lot later. Trust me, when I decide to like really lock in and work, I'm a hermit.
Yeah.
I'm one of those people who could be in a studio for a month, where people only push in food and take out dirty plates. You get me? Like I can be that.
Yeah.
When I'm working on a project, sometimes when I was a lot younger, we would go for days and angoye.
Yeah.
I can't do that now, you know.
Yeah.
But that had carried on all through my life, right? Where I look into things and I want to achieve a goal and I have to see it through. And years would go by without saying, let me relax.
Yeah.
I told you that one time we would achieve great things as a team and as a company, right?
Yeah.
But as my team was supposed to be celebrating, my mind was already chasing the next one, so I never gave myself time to celebrate things.
Yeah.
What did I say over here? I hate Christmas, I hate New Year's.
Yeah.
I don't celebrate birthdays. I might celebrate this one though. But just because for me, I don't get the point in celebrating. We should be on the next win or whatever.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, the US teaches you the life-work balance.
Yeah.
Again, the life-work balance is you go so hard, right? And then you give work its time.
Yeah.
When the work is done, you give family its time.
Yeah.
That means there's no laptop at home. There's no phone from work. Nobody can reach you besides the people that you're with.
Yeah.
That allows you to like compartmentalize and also stay sane, like mental health wise, you know?
Yeah.
Like you need that balance, like seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's quite interesting. I guess Ugandans will keep aloof from that.
Hey, but the plane was full, eh?
Yeah.
The plane going over there, Uganda Airlines did its thing.
Yeah.
Again, business class or Chimanye.
Yeah.
But the plane was full. On Christmas, I flew out on Christmas morning.
Yeah.
And we were like, I think we're going to be few people. Wow, the plane was full. So many people had programs up on the yard.
Yeah.
So businessmen in Kampala, families and whatever. Yeah, it's a good thing.
Yeah, and we came back from that boxing match that when you hosted Rickman, you talked about it and you asked him which round are you going to finish the man? It's like you already knew what was going to go down.
Yeah.
Did you catch the match though?
But I predicted what would happen.
Yeah.
And I saw the highlights. Sometimes you just need the highlights, eh? The lights are being turned out. Knocked out, like knocking the bricks off somebody.
Yeah.
But some things I think are evident. There's something an athlete always has. Even the athletes that transition to business do really well because there's a certain kind of discipline that comes with that. So Rickman has that discipline. Groned also has a discipline for his work ethic, which is in music. But fitness might not really be his thing.
Yeah.
So somebody who has a background on techniques, somebody who has a background on studying the opposite team, someone who has a commitment of locking in, because here we're offering him something and he's like, I have a match.
Yeah.
So he was already locked in and he knew what he wanted.
Yeah.
So congratulations to him. Actually, congratulations to both of them for showing up and entertaining the people. We're looking forward to more boxing matches. Yeah.
I thought you were going to say for winning and losing.
For winning and losing, I tell you why would we congratulate whatever. I think both of them won because one took home a bag, the other took home both the bag and the belt.
Yeah. Yeah, like you said, you're a predictor of things, and still, a tragic incident happened in the course of the new year, and 2024, 2025. By the time we got into one, there was a group that spiraled into another group and things just went left.
Oh, that's what you're talking about?
Yeah. And
this is just a tragedy. I'm like, what lorry now collapsed?
Yeah, it was tragic because...
I was like, there was a petrol thing that burned people. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Because I don't remember the last time Uganda saw that in the entertainment industry.
Yeah.
Where the other artist provoked the other artists and, they get into it. And you talked about it way before.
Yeah.
And you told them, let the cool heads prevail. Maybe they didn't get what you meant by let the cool heads prevail.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
But what's your make of it and what's the future, basing on how we've started off?
If we continue like this, violence always snowballs into something you never expected.
Yeah.
The people who are accustomed to violence, and violence is their normal.
Yeah.
Jebali, right? And then there are people who are not violent, but when that switch is switched on, they black out and there's no turning it off until that mission is done, or until that person is humbled.
Yeah.
Ochiraba?
Yeah.
So, at the end of the day, we all lose. That's how I look at it. At the end of the day, we all lose.
Yeah.
When I look at people who pay ticket money and come see us, right?
Yeah.
Come see us perform. They're looking for safety.
Yeah.
They're looking for entertainment. They're looking for clean fun. But we cannot have an event where they say 1,000 phones were stolen. I wouldn't even want to be there. I don't want to perform there. Clearly, you'll call and say, I have the money, and they'll tell you, I don't feel safe in your sport.
Yeah.
I can't do that. So I expect the people who love the music of UG, the young kids that go out without chaperones, women who go out and they're like, my boyfriend is away, but let me go have some clean fun. Yeah. There should be a level of safety expected for events. Era nze events zange tosobola kusanga yebyo.
Yeah.
I think that's why the ticket has to be premium.
Yeah.
It has to be clean, it has to be safe, the drink experience has to be nice, your entrance has to be lit, it has to be an experience from the time that you get there and safely leave otuukewa. But while you're in the venue where I have the jurisdiction and I'm responsible for your safety, I can't allow that shit to happen.
Yeah.
So we all lose. The value of the entertainment industry is deeply affected by violence. Our fans no longer feel safe coming through to things like that. My event is njagala zibeere nga temuliimu ebyo. You get me?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day also, there's an air of uncertainty in this country. Coming from a person who's from the outside coming in, the air is a little bit thin in Uganda. There's something that's in the air.
Yeah.
You get me? Like, nobody has really described it yet, but there's something in the air. And seeing incidents like this happening, right, it really does not set a feeling of, this is not the UG I know, basically. That's what I'm trying to tell you. This is a very different Uganda. And to me, this reminds me of the Uganda when I was a child, where you would expect a thief in the night, you entering, your mother cannot send you to the shop, agamba, katotuma mwana muto gogendo mukulu. That kind of air is what we're beginning to see now. And it could easily be avoided by us, the public, condemning that behavior, by making sure that we follow the laws and the guidelines set by the authorities. And I don't know, it's like a can of worms that's been opened, but we all know where it's going to end.
Yeah.
But I hope that we find a sense and that cool heads will prevail, and we land on a spot which is which is not the dire one.
Yeah.
Ochiraba.
Yeah, it's quite interesting because the security was there among the crowd. And it looked like they were just pushing back and forth. It looks like they weren't really, probably they were trying to separate, but the force that would be required at that time as security wasn't really felt. It was like the goons, I would call them, took over. You know, they took over the whole situation and the whole thing just went astray, which spiraled into the next day. I don't know if you've ever witnessed this in the history of mankind in terms of entertainment industry, where the fellow A goes to the fellow B's home.
Oh, of course. This is fucking hip hop. Come on. You think in hip hop, Russell Simmons, the Green Eyed Bandits, or what's that group called? EPMD. Yeah. He went to his partner's joint to collect his masters, like with a pistol. What are you talking about? This is not new. This is not new territory for hip hop.
Yeah.
Actually, these guys are acting hip hop in a way. Actually, they're acting like the gangster rappers from the 90s. It's not hip hop, because hip hop is different. Just like to take a hip hop.
Yeah.
But when hip hop became that thing which we no longer recognized, this is how people used to behave, right? And tragically, we lost people.
Yeah. And
people think it's a joke, but the mortality rate of black people killing black people, nobody has killed each other yet here. We lost Moses and lost, you know the examples. Namwe muzimanyi ziri mu air.
Yeah.
Ochiraba. Babuzabuzabi stories, but you know violence is always involved.
Yeah.
But in Chicago, there was a time where the death rate in Iraq was less than the people dying in Chicago.
Wow.
Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. This is a U.S. city. They began calling it Chirac because I have ops on this side. They have killed my guy. I also slide on you with killing so many other people. That's why people are like, Drake, why are you doing Tootsie Slide? People think Tootsie Slide is about just a fun song. Yeah. No, that's a gangster dance.
Yeah.
That's a sea walk. Like the murder rate really goes up when black people set violence on each other.
Yeah.
And especially here in Africa, Kati, we have seen a lot. We really have seen a lot. And unity, I think, serves us better in the future, right? Moving forward. So that we can all benefit from not the crumbs, but from a bakery.
Yeah.
Can we form a bakery together instead of fighting over like a small loaf of bread?
Yeah.
But even as we have people who think like me, era wajja kusanga yolinga agamba, yatugamba chi yava ku kamwana akaba, ndekira kamwana akaba ka. You know mwana akaba?
No.
You know, when we used to be kids, there used to be like a small bun, a scone, a bread.
Yeah.
We used to call it mwana akaba. It's called, literally translates to a baby's crying.
Yeah.
So when a baby's crying and a mother is broke, they should go to the shop and only get that one. So instead of us like having a bakery where we can manufacture bread, all this bread, to get all these bags.
Yeah.
We're fighting over one small crumb. I'm not. I
Yeah.
don't even know I should say we.
Yeah.
I'm not a part of that.
Yeah.
But I pray that it doesn't end up where I think it will end up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When that happened, did you, because one of them has been your long-term friend, you know, and did you try to reach out? Did you?
No, I haven't. I haven't reached out. I haven't reached out. I haven't reached out, basically.
Yeah.
Like I told you, I'm in a very happy space.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying my time back home.
Yeah.
And I'm sure my brother has so many people right now advising him,
Yeah.
all around him.
Yeah.
You get me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't reached out yet.
Yeah. And I know you're a fan of both. You're a fan of both, and
I'm a fan of Ugandan music, period.
Yeah. And you talked about it being hip hop.
It's not hip hop. Like hip hop is about brotherhood and love.
Yeah.
That's why I say it's not really hip hop. It's just like when hip hop became that thing which you could no longer recognize. That's how rappers were behaving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I know rappers are big on respect.
Yeah, big on respect. I'm account for my respect, and if I don't get it, I'm gonna have it another way.
Yeah.
Or there is the hip hop which is so hippie.
Yeah.
You find Will.i.am, you find Pharrell, you find Andre 3000.
Yeah.
They're not on that shit. Come on. They're not on that shit. They're not on that kind of timing.
You talked about being hippie.
Yeah.
Of course, one of our big homies, Trizzy one time.
Yeah.
You know? It came about, it went on a live and it was like, yo, I was moving out, you know, taking a walk, and somebody was like, yo, thanks for what you did. You know, that's what's up. It was like, yo, it came on a live, it was like, yo, this is not the best time to look like, you know, one of that.
Yeah, that's really funny. But that's actually true.
Yeah.
There is a resemblance between Big Trio and Pallaso.
Yeah.
They are both tall, but never in dreadlocks. They both shave the sides.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see the resemblance. I can see. So they were telling Big Trio,
yeah, so it was like, yo, I don't want no problem. And it was quite interesting. I was saying it like, yo, you know, I don't want no smoke. That is that.
But you know what? Even though I said that I haven't reached out to P,
yeah,
P can handle. Let me tell you something about American violence.
Yeah.
When you've seen American violence and you come back to UG violence, you guys think we are hard. Those guys are determined.
Yeah.
So I'm so sure P knows how to handle the situation. I don't think he needs me to tell him anything. And he has a circle around him already. He knows how to handle his stuff. Whichever. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like the US breeds, Kendrick has a line basically where he said they imitate the style, the culture, but they can't imitate the violence.
Yeah.
There's a reason why he puts that there.
Yeah.
They all imitate the style, imitate the culture, but they can't imitate the violence.
Yeah.
The violence is talking about is LA gang culture.
Yeah.
Talking about East Coast culture. Whichever.
Yeah.
Like all these things. Like I was a much softer person before I left UG. When I went to LA, there are certain things that no longer shock me.
Yeah.
But you're pulling out a gun on me.
Yeah.
What? I've never seen one. Why pull it out if you're not going to use it? Like you become like so accustomed to things which would have shocked you a lot.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
So what would you advise Trill to do at this
Because
time?
It looks like...
What piece of advice would you have for a brother?
I mean...
Cut off his dreads?
I mean, like, nah. I don't know. I remember when I used to tease Big Trill that he looked like that chick from Orange is the New Black.
Yeah.
The trans chick.
Interesting.
What's her name? Cox something?
Yeah.
So now he's looking like Pallaso? It's crazy, man. Trill, why do you look like everybody?
Yeah, but it's quite interesting because you know, with the wave of that news that is happening here, Burna Boy, I don't know if this has ever happened to you on stage.
Yeah.
A fan jumped on stage and it really looked like Burna Boy wanted to kick the hell out of that dude. But it just, I think he thought twice and his leg like went and just stopped. But it was like, yo. And he even ended the show, it was like, you know, the DJ was trying to play last, and it was like, yo, just cut it.
Yeah, yeah.
And then he put up a post where it was like, you know, y'all now have PTSD. And,
But talking about people who resemble people, I'm going to come to the Burna Boy thing.
Yeah.
There's a guy who's always commenting, and I'd also never really like followed it, but it's like GNL fan and Offset. But I'd like never really put two and two together till he put the two pictures together.
Yeah.
Nga waliwo kale some kind of thing there.
Yeah.
Next Offset oyo musingo okunyirira.
Yeah.
Ye musingo okunyirira.
But even as you say that right now, I'm literally, you know, with how you're looking right now.
Nja kukuba sagala violence naye nja kukuba.
There is that Offset vibe, but I think it's about the dreads, how the dreads fall and the sheds and when.
Abo bamigos bankopa bajjane no East Africa ne balabanga omulenzi gwe bayita GNL Zamba kikuba ne bagamba naffe wano wegenda okuyitira.
Yeah.
But anyway, you asked about Burna Boy, right?
Burna Boy situation. It was in Lagos actually. I think it was in
do you know what? Do you know what?
Yeah.
I believe him.
Yeah.
At first I was like, okay, maybe he's just like trying to manage the PR, but I totally believe him.
Yeah.
Earlier when you guys were talking about how, I don't know if you've ever seen this happening at a show or whatever.
Yeah.
One of my biggest fears, right?
Yeah.
Is being caught up in a stampede. You know what a stampede is?
Yeah.
So, and I think something has ever happened here at Freedom City.
Yeah.
Right? Have you ever been in a situation where you can't go anywhere?
Yeah.
Where your strength can't even save you?
I've seen it.
Right?
Yeah.
So, it's because I've ever been caught up in like one.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh shit, we might actually die here.
Yeah.
And the door is so small, nobody has the good sense of going behind.
Yeah.
And whenever people went behind, the people behind pushed to the front.
Yeah.
And I remember seeing this poor girl, right, who was caught between a rail and the crowd, and everyone was trying to fit through a very small door. But I'm like standing here, my hands are like this.
Yeah.
She's right there being squeezed, and every wave you would see her losing life.
Yeah.
She's losing life again until you begin screaming, yo! I think you guys, it's for play.
Yeah.
You get me? But things like that happen. There have been stampedes that have happened at very, very big concerts. I think there was one in South America where they said 100 people died.
Yeah.
So it's no joke. And I think in organizing events, right, when you said even the security was there and they couldn't manage the crowd, to me that spells to me that we have not yet taught our security personnel how to handle big crowds.
Yeah.
Like our population has grown.
Yeah.
Our entertainment consuming population has also grown.
Yeah.
That means the concert goers, besides putting on barricades, you need to know how many exits do we have.
Yeah.
It's no longer, oh, I have all these people. Ngenda kugalawo olugi ticket woka wali ticket woka bajja kuyitira wamunga bwe bafulumira no. When safety is involved, you need to cover all the bases. You need to have multiple exits, even have emergency exits.
Yeah.
You know, like there needs to be more preparation in how you handle big events.
Yeah.
So when I saw somebody jumping on stage,
Yeah.
I know so many musicians who, before they step on stage, they have to deal with tons of anxiety.
Yeah.
Some people have stage fright to get over. Other people have all the trauma of their upbringing. Other people are dealing with, I don't know. You get me?
Yeah.
So I could be backstage and I don't want the backstage crowded. Someone could say akokajanja, but to me, I'm like, I need to see my exit if anything goes down here.
Yeah.
I need to make sure that the way to the fucking exit is clear.
It's clear.
So it's not because of Muntuyeraga saying, I need only my crew behind here.
Yeah.
It's because they want to make sure that everything goes according to plan.
Yeah.
And the plan B is still open, Ochiraba.
Yeah.
So I remember when 50 Cent performed in Angola and someone literally robbed him on stage.
Yeah, the chain.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
So all these rings we buy are valuable.
Yeah.
You get me? Burna Boy has a pinky which is worth I don't know how much. You say $200,000?
Yeah.
$200,000.
Yeah.
That's somebody's house. That's somebody's entire life changing. So when he sees somebody jumping on stage, the security was fast, but that person could have done whatever they wanted.
Yeah.
Sure. So when you see incidents like that and artists react a certain way,
Yeah.
it is because it either happened to them before and they're still traumatized, or they are like, this place can no longer guarantee my safety. Same thing happened to Shensia.
Yeah.
I don't even know if that's how they pronounce her name. Shensia?
Yeah. One of the.
I don't know. I don't listen to that type of music. But you saw what happened to her in Kenya.
Yeah.
You get me?
Yeah.
Again, it's better you protect your artist and, get them off the stage.
Yeah.
If the venue cannot provide the security that's needed, or to just like keep everything calm.
Yeah.
So when you reach a certain level of artistry, you demand certain things.
Yeah.
One of the biggest icons in the world, most people might not know this, but there was a band called the Beatles.
Yeah.
The younger people might not know there was a band called the Beatles, which was like really iconic. Now, one of the lead singers of the Beatles was murdered by his fan. Basically, this guy was mad and he shot him to see if he could die.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? Like, someone shoots you because they believe you're godly.
Yeah.
Someone shot him because he thought this guy was a god of but people are human.
Yeah.
Burna Boy has fears just like anybody. Shensia has fears. John Lennon died. Like, yeah, things happen. So you never know if that's the day when someone is trying to walk up on you and, and end your life.
True.
And there's a reason they call it sliding in hip hop.
Yeah.
Like before you know somebody slides and, that's your day.
It's quite interesting because a video of Wizkid
Yeah.
came out and a fan was held onto his leg. The security tried to separate the guy. Wizkid even had to go down and, he laid down. It was like, the security was still struggling with this dude.
Yeah.
And,
Can I imagine if a person just comes and puts the fangs on your neck?
Crazy.
That's crazy. But usually, all this comes out of love, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes you love somebody so much and there's no other way to meet them except when they're on stage and the music takes you off. So this happened several times with Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
And I remember there was a time when Michael Jackson had this thing, I think it was in Bucharest or something,
Yeah.
where he was actually like, the crane is supposed to take him up, right?
Yeah.
And he even has his safety harness on, but that's the moment when the fan jumped onto the thing that he was on, which was hoisting him up.
Yeah.
And Michael Jackson, being the guy that he was, an amazing person,
Yeah.
had to hold this fan so that the fan does not fall off,
Yeah.
and then continue with the performance.
Yeah.
It's all online, you can look it up.
Yeah.
But this thing has a thing of safety. Not everybody likes you.
Yeah.
When I was a lot younger, I loved performing without my shirt
Yeah.
and jumping onto the crowd.
Yeah.
Until I had one, I don't know what I was listening to, but I think I was listening to Eminem or somebody, and someone's like, I'll come to your show while you're crowd surfing and hold the knife up. I was like, what if somebody deranged comes to my show and really holds a knife up while you're being,
Yeah.
while you're crowd surfing? I stopped doing that.
Yeah.
Just for safety,
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody jumping onto stage is either love or hate. The thing is that in that split second, there's no way of you telling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like this year the cool heads. It's hard to have cool heads, but we're gonna pray for that.
No, trust me. You have to invite positive energy into your life.
Yeah.
If you invite negative energy into your life, it will find you.
Yeah.
It will find you.
Yeah.
But if you keep on speaking positively about things, right?
Yeah.
Reaching out to each other. If there's a misunderstanding, reach out.
Yeah.
Actually, to me, this year is the year for me to also like, if I've been having any beef in the past,
Yeah.
I want none of that shit on my conscience. Actually, I don't even have any beef.
Yeah.
I don't really have beefs. I have misunderstandings. And some people have confused love becomes hatred.
Yeah.
Sometimes somebody admires you so much that they want to be you, and they think that the only way to be you is by ending you.
Yeah.
And there's confused admiration there.
Yeah.
But I really, nothing. Right now I'm just focused on me, my family, you know, my country, my team, the BFE.
Yeah.
Yeah, like achieving dreams and pushing each other forward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me flip your hair back a bit. Yeah. Are you a fan of 50?
Of course.
50 Cent.
Yes.
You know he's called the king of troll. You know.
I don't have that side
Troll.
about him. I don't really like that side about him.
Do you think he would survive in Uganda though if? Because Ugandans.
Clearly, there are people saying 50 Cent and they think that that's the way to succeed. Somebody tried that with me.
Yeah.
Somebody really tried that with me. But you cannot be a troll to somebody who does not play that game.
Yeah.
You clearly see it. 50 Cent is really looking for Jay-Z's attention.
Yeah.
Jay-Z's doesn't. It's like, bruh, you still have a few $1 billion to get to my level.
Yeah.
But he's really, really trying to always hammer Jigga.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So recently was criticized his Vegas residency. I don't know whether.
Oh, I saw that. I saw that.
And he came out. He was like, "Yo, they're saying my sound wasn't good. They should be worrying about me throwing my hands up back and forth." Do you think he's getting into? Do you think him as a legendary rapper over time
Yeah.
is? Does it look to you like he's getting exhausted when it comes to doing as many shows back and forth?
No. The fan was saying 50 Cent looked like he didn't want to be there.
Yeah.
But the whole entire show, you know how 50 Cent performs. He just moves on stage and then does this. That's the only move he has. Maybe also grab his nuts a little bit. That's the only thing 50 does. So if you come to a 50 Cent show, what else do you expect? So she came to a 50 Cent show and complained that 50 Cent was 50 Cent. Like, what the fuck do you expect from 50 Cent? So 50 Cent was like, do you expect me to be on ropes like Chris Brown, going through the crowd? He's like, I don't have songs like that. Which is funny.
Like Usher.
Yeah, I can't be like Usher trying to slide on you and put off my shirt. You know, he used to put off his shirt anyway, but not like in a... His was like, I'm gangster, I'm built like a beast. Usher is like, look at these packs, you want some of this? You get me? Like, totally different. That's the thing too. Like, we are in a culture where people complain. If you ordered for matoke and chicken, right? And they give you matoke and chicken, don't complain about, oh, but why did my neighbor for him order the other? Like, you know you're at a 50 Cent show. What did you expect? Yeah. This is just something about, remember when we were talking about the Super Bowl conversation?
Yeah.
Like, in my mind, I said, when I'm thinking about Lil Wayne performing at the Super Bowl,
yeah,
Lil Wayne is only going to come through with a tank top and walk on stage.
Yeah.
Right? The whole entire record, the whole entire minutes that he's given.
Yeah.
While with Kendrick Lamar, there's going to be a theme, there are going to be dancers, there are going to be some moves. I'm going to learn a little bit about history. I'm going to be shocked. There's going to be awe. There's a different level of performance. Did you see what Beyonce did?
Yeah, at the...
Like, there are levels to this shit.
Yeah.
So don't expect 50 Cent to be Chris Brown. Don't expect... Rhapsody to be Beyonce.
Yeah.
Lauryn Hill is not going to come through with dancers. That's Beyonce's. You get me?
Yeah.
So don't complain when you go to a 50 Cent show and get 50 Cent.
You wouldn't blame a fan.
And what's crazy, that hall where they are, right?
Yeah.
I've been there and we watched Pitbull, like back in the day. And I was like, I didn't know Pitbull had this many hits.
Yeah.
Because for me, they're artists. A Las Vegas residency, maybe in my mind, because we've seen the Las Vegas residencies with Bruno Mars. That's the kind of artist you expect at a Las Vegas residency. You've seen one with Celine Dion.
Yeah.
You've seen U2, you know? But a rapper at a residency is kind of, I don't know. 50 Cent is the first. Yeah. And I think he's like he said he only has 6 shows there. Most people do a residency for like, I think Celine Dion did like 3 years.
Yeah.
And I think she was being given something ridiculous, like $1 million every show. Something crazy, where it doesn't even make sense. You're like, how are you guys making back all this money? Because the venue's clearly not that big.
Yeah.
But the ticket prices were crazy. The advertising was crazy. Everything about the production of that was crazy.
Yeah.
50 Cent, what did you get? Smoke machine, him tearing off his vest, and something in the background. Even I do that at my shows.
Yeah.
Ochiraba. There's no but jumping on ropes, and what song is going to do that? You know.
Yeah, you may not blame the fan because you remember the Super Bowl where 50 performed with Dr. Dre and Eminem and the rest. Yeah, he came off
Hanging upside down. Yes.
Yeah, upside down, and it was.
And the whole world called him fat. The whole world said 50 Cent looked like a sack of potatoes hanging upside down. And you know what's crazy? I know they were trying to recreate the Get Rich or Die Trying video.
Yeah.
That shit was funny as fuck because at first we were like, who the fuck is that? I thought it was the member of D12, Bizarre. I thought it was the fat member of D12 at first. Until I was like, oh shit, this is my boy 50.
Yeah.
Or Shirava. But but people also need to recognize that 50 Cent is now a legacy artist.
Yeah.
50 Cent has been doing this for the last 30 years.
Yeah.
You get me?
Yeah.
So when you go to Las Vegas, don't expect him to hang upside down.
Yeah.
And he's a health freak. He doesn't drink. Isn't it crazy that 50 Cent promotes alcohol but he doesn't drink?
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
That's interesting.
And he really
actually
sells. He has been successful with like 3 alcohol brands.
Yeah.
He doesn't drink. That's 50 Cent for you. Like his character is that. So I like the hilarious way that he answered it back.
Yeah.
And then he's like, and if you want to see more 50 Cent, or put your hands up. And the whole arena was like, this is what we're here for.
Yeah.
You get me? Ocheka yabadde awagira Selena Gomez yazze mu show ya hip hop yatategeera kiki tukola. Tugenda kudda kwegiraagira buntuntu okwekolakola obusolosolo. Rappers, what do you expect Snoop to do?
Crip walk.
He has to, right? Because even in your mind, when you think about Snoop Dogg, he's holding a joint, he's crip walking.
Yeah.
What's Dr. Dre going to do?
Probably move around, bump his
Just
head.
move around bumping his head. Because there's nothing else you're going to expect from such an artist.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
What do you expect will.i.am to do? Black Eyed Peas. Probably come through wearing something ridiculous. You get me?
Robot kind of thing.
Some robot kind of thing. So but by branding, you already know. So you're funny about the move crowd in charm.
Yeah, it's quite interesting because, 50 gave an example of Chris Brown flying. He said flying through Africa when he was performing. And I just wanted to ask you how, I don't know whether it's because of the resources we may not have, but how creative do you think a Ugandan artist can be on stage? Apart from dancing.
You guys, let me tell you something.
Because the artists do have a very good
Look me in my
stage.
iris.
Huge.
Look me in my iris. Let me tell you this. But you want a Ugandan artist to fly like Chris Brown. Where? How much money are you willing to pay for the ticket? I can talk it out. How much money are you willing to pay for that ticket? Huh? I had crickets. Because, did I tell you about my brief for the Koi Koi video? What I envisioned in my mind?
Yeah.
When you get into filmmaking and video making and producing shows, everything you see that makes a show spectacular translates into how much money is being charged at the gate.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, this is the music business. Even Chris Brown does not do that at his regular shows. He cannot afford to do that because these are tour expenses that add a person who's going to manage that crane, who's not going to drink, by the way, who has been doing that for probably Michael Jackson, Madonna. You need to fly him in. He might say, I need to fly with my family. He needs per diem. He needs to set that up. He needs to set that up for like a week or two and make sure it works Make sure it's maintained. We're just talking about one song, probably where it's going to fly. But you see how much expense we're talking about.
Yeah.
That person does not work alone. That thing has to be maintained. It has to be transported.
Yeah.
He's not going to be manning the crane alone.
Yeah.
So just for one song, how much are you willing to spend for that stunt? It isn't that Ugandan artists are not creative. They want all of these things. I remember one time I was telling this guy, I want to come from below the stage and then jump up. It pushes me up and then I land. And then when I land, the show starts.
I was about to ask
I
you
like
that.
shit explodes, the show starts. I'm like, he's like, So we need to find a guy who's going to manufacture the thing that's going to throw you up. And then it has to close so fast. It has to close so fast that when you land. So he's at the end of the day, we counted over, it was like 30 M.
Just for that
Just for
one
the
thing.
intro I wanted. No buntu bwatuka when I land. So when you, all these things we want, there's always a meme that I refer people to. There is what the customer wanted, right? And
Versus-
what can be provided, and then versus what
what you
what you can
ordered
actually
for,
afford.
What you ordered for versus what is delivered.
It's like when people say, "Mwana tebakubye na live band, baba debukuba," like how much you pay 5,000 shillings and you want live band? Come on, Estava.
Well, Vybz Kartel had, you know, that
He did,
thing where you come from down, so
I don't really respect Vybz Kartel. He bleaches. I don't respect niggas like that. I don't care, man.
I think
I don't
that's,
respect.
I think
I
that's
don't
a
respect
personal.
black men that bleach. I don't care.
Do you respect ladies that do BBL?
It's their prerogative. But
guess
for me,
you'd say that
bleaching
about
as a
Vybz
black
Kartel
man,
as well.
it's
Yeah.
more like it's like you're spitting in God's face
Yeah.
for giving you this beautiful skin. Are you fucking kidding me? You think I would want to change this?
Do they, women bleach as well?
It's their prerogative.
Yeah.
Women, it's their prerogative. Women, do your thing
Yeah.
if it makes you feel. But man, there's a part in the Bible which says we are gods. You get me? Like God's like has elevated you to that level, and then you bleach. Was it selling something called cake soap? That's where I was like, this motherfucker.
It was quite interesting.
Never jana mu Uganda as a temumpitanga.
But I think it's a Jamaican thing.
Bleaching. It's not a Jamaican thing. It's a self-hatred thing. It means you hate yourself. It comes out of self-hatred.
Yeah.
It means you can't see the beauty that you have as a black person.
Yeah.
It's actually colonialism doing its work without even reaching out to you.
Yeah.
It's you getting conditioned and programmed that by Western beauty standards that the only thing that can be beautiful is a light person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw it somewhere that in Jamaica it's a normal thing
It can't
to
be
do.
normal.
Yeah.
Is that normal to you?
It's
To me,
not
normal means
to me,
natural.
but I'm saying
Normal
in
means natural, my
Jamaica,
G.
It's to them it's
What
something
Jamaican do you know is naturally like that? Who do you respect that bleaches? Come on,
big.
get
And
the fuck out of here.
Vybz Kartel is their king now. But Busta Rhymes
Vybz
showed up
Kartel
on
is the
his,
king of where?
dancehall. It's,
What
you know.
happened to the people I know?
who? Spice.
Vybz Kartel is the king of dancehall.
Spice through
And then
shots.
I can't sing a little more hip hop because if Vybz Kartel is the king of the dancehall, come on.
Spice threw shots at Alkaline. Was like, yeah, I'll compare Alkaline to Vybz Kartel.
Bruh, and then anyone you compare to Vybz Kartel is better than Vybz Kartel in my books.
Really?
Yeah, man, that nigga bleaches.
Yeah. So, but away from bleaching, the music.
Nigga bleaches, I don't care about his music.
Alright. Well, Vybz Kartel, I guess you got, but he went to prison, and I think he's not bleaching anymore.
And you see what happened to his face? He came out of... he came out looking like... I was talking about I was like... Do you know that cartoon called Rango?
Yeah.
Karango Kamanyi?
Yeah.
He looked like Rango had gained some weight. Get the fuck out of here.
It's crazy. I saw an interview where, the interviewer was telling him, or they were sending a message to the US that, the lady was like, we can't wait for you to go to the US and get better treatment.
Oh,
And
so it's a health thing.
I think so. And it was like
It comes
just
from the
waiting
bleaching,
on the
right?
visa. I'm not certain.
Okay.
I'm not certain because bleaching is about the skin, but when you see his body structure,
Yeah.
his tummy looks
No,
bigger.
if it's internal, I wish him the best.
Yeah.
I wish him the best. Yeah, I know he might be going through something.
Yeah.
He might be going through something. I wish him the
Yeah.
best.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But I think I'm heavy on the black consciousness.
Yeah.
I don't know where that comes from.
Yeah.
That for me, I'll always take Buju.
Yeah. Buju
Or
Banter.
anyone who has like a you can't come from the land of Marcus Garvey and bleach. Are you crazy? Get the fuck out of here, man.
Yeah. That's quite interesting. Now,
Binny Man Yafa. How can he be the king of dancehall when Binny Man is there? Binny Man Bonti. Are you crazy?
I think Bounty performed at his show as well.
Bonti, yeah. Bonti shows love everywhere. Bonti shows love everywhere.
Yeah.
And by the way, his show looked lit.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't catch me there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have better things to do my money with.
You talked about the 50 going for Jay-Z, and Nori went at Dem Dash. So Nori sent shots at Dem Dash, and called him and said he became the Lem Yash, whatever he meant by that. Yeah, and he said Dem never paid him for the appearance. And the appearance of, State Property Part 2.
Yeah.
But then Dem was like, 4 seconds. And then he was like,
Dem, eh?
he was like, do you pay your friends to be in the video?
Uh-huh.
Would you pay a friend to be in his video?
Yeah.
So it was basically bashing that.
Dem, I pray Dem. I really, really, really play. I really pray Dem gets back on his feet.
Yeah.
Because let's think about it, guys. Let's think about it, right?
Yeah.
Actually, Nori is wrong for that.
Yeah.
Nori is at the point where even if Dem wrongs you, don't punch a man while he's down.
Yeah.
Let me tell you what this motherfucker did. As an artist, you always need an asshole in your corner.
Yeah.
Forgive my my Swahili. You really need an asshole in your corner.
Yeah.
So you can be the good guy. Dem Dash was the asshole for Cameron. He was the asshole for Kanye West. He was the asshole for Rihanna. He was the asshole for Jay-Z. How many superstars did I mention?
Those are like 4, 5.
Beanie Sigel. He was the asshole for all these motherfuckers.
Yeah.
He was the asshole for Kevin Hart. I'm talking about multi-millionaires here.
Yeah.
So we all know this business is about relationships.
And for Nori as well.
And for Nori as well.
Yeah.
We all know this business is about relationships.
Yeah.
Right? So Jay-Z's relationships are good because he had a guy to do the dirty work for him
Yeah.
for decades. Jay-Z wouldn't argue with you because Dem was always there to argue for Jay-Z.
Yeah.
He was always there to argue for Beanie Sigel, there to argue for Cameron.
Yeah.
The whole entire crew depended on this gentleman. Now, his methods are really brash.
Yeah.
But you really need that in an environment like the US where you're dealing with motherfucking racists every day in the boardroom.
Yeah.
You need to be a strong black man with your head on your shoulders, telling them how it is, how you want it to be.
Yeah.
And by the way, they came in with their own capital.
Yeah.
So the way that you speak is going to be different.
Yeah.
You get me? So I don't blame Dame for being the person that he is, right?
Yeah.
Right now, where Dame is, I'm blaming his friends for not helping him out. Because all the empires they have built, he has had a hand in crafting that.
Yeah.
You had Jay-Z during his Rock and Roll Hall of Fame speech.
Yeah.
Like, I know we don't see eye to eye, but bruh, this is you.
Yeah.
I'm celebrating this with you.
Yeah.
You get me? So, Dame has his wrongs.
Yeah.
Dame is rude. Dame speaks his mind.
Yeah.
You get me? But Dame, at the end of the day, is a businessman.
Yeah.
And he has not only created 1 billionaire, but 2.
Yeah.
No, 3. 3 billionaires. And so many other millionaires you don't even know about. They are producers who used to work for Rockefeller, who them signed.
Yeah.
Jay-Z did not believe in Kanye. It was them that came through and signed Kanye to Rockefeller. Except that when it came time for the split, Kanye went to Jigga.
Yeah.
So I say all this to say, Nori, there was a time Nori had begun getting movie roles. But until somebody puts you in their first movie, who the fuck are you? Who the fuck are you, Nori? Nobody knew you then. Okay, they knew you as a rapper, right? But after that, your career was dead in the water until this man came along, put you in a movie.
Yeah.
Gave you a funny name, El Pollo Loco. You get me? You played a role. Before we knew it, you came back with some reggaeton and you are popping again. But them did that for you. So when I see that, oh, now you become the lame guy and for me, I'm here. Like, come on. Come on, it shouldn't be you, Nori. That man has like held New York on his back.
Yeah.
You get me? Like he's suffering now. He's suffering now because all of the people he used to go to war with for you, now you're collaborating with.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
It's crazy.
It's crazy. Yeba Musambi Ali Kati Mukaji is behind, but all the people he used to go to war with, for them, they are now partners and is the bad guy.
Yeah.
Come on, Nori.
Quite interesting. Would you trust a label like Sony with your GNL brand right now? If they offered to sign you?
I cannot be signed. You think at my level I want to be signed? GNL trying to be signed? Are you crazy?
No amount of bag would.
I don't get signed. I create partnerships. That's me.
Yeah.
There's no signing me.
Yeah.
I'm good.
You
Partnerships.
know, yeah.
Yeah.
But what do you think about, the young artists coming up? Because one of the female rappers that we have in Uganda who came back from Canada, who you've, managed before at some point in BFE, Keiko was on one of the shows that you did as well. I think it was the Tasker Conversations. And she was talking about when she was signed to Sony. And at that time, she said she didn't have the funds to do the videos and everything. So she felt like, when I get signed to these guys, they'll take care of all that. And she said her sister got a lawyer in South Africa. And when the lawyer looked at the contract, he told her, this is not the best contract I've seen, but it's also not the worst. But she mentioned something that the lawyer knew their lawyer. They knew each other.
Of course.
Yeah.
That's the basic rule in. There's actually a video in hip hop which is very famous, which goes, number one of becoming a successful hip hop artist is record label people are shady.
Yeah.
That's rule number one.
Yeah.
And this is Dave Chappelle has spent his whole life trying to tell us, the person you think is your lawyer is talking to the other people. They're in bed together. Yeah. You get me? Like, this is entertainment 101. But I don't blame anybody for falling for that, because I remember Afeni Shakur, who is Tupac's mother, saying everybody gets screwed on their first deal. Yeah. Everybody gets screwed on their first deal. Yeah. Tupac got screwed royally on his first deal. Yeah. The second one, he was smarter. Third one, he was smarter. Fourth one, you get me? Yeah. But at the end of the day, it's the lessons you learn. The reason why record labels always keep on signing young people and dropping older artists and telling us, hip-hop is not for old people. All that is bullshit. It's because the old person has learned all the tricks in the book. What are you going to tell me now? Like, who are you going to tell? What are you going to tell a person like Wiz Khalifa? What are you going to tell Wiz Khalifa about the music industry that he doesn't know about right now? How are you going to trick him? He has seen every trick. Yeah. So they'll be like, we need to find some other youngin who's like really young and really desperate to get onto the platform. Yeah. And that's how they are willing to sacrifice everything. Like, if you shoot for me my music videos, give me the promotion I need all across the continent, place my music and give me a marketing budget. Yeah. Like, my fashion and everything is taken care of, my family is happy, which is what everybody wants at the beginning of their career. Yeah. And this is where the vultures and the people who are exploitative come in, sign you, and you know, you're trapped. Before you know it, you're trapped.
Yeah. And it's crazy because she said the lawyer told her, you're here to work. No one thing, you're here to work, and these are not your friends.
Yeah. What do I always keep on telling you people?
You ain't got no friends in the
There
industry.
are no friends in this fucking music industry.
Yeah.
There are no friends.
Yeah. So take that to be across all record labels. You've owned a record label before, and you still own one.
I might start signing people this year. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is quite interesting because, you know, at least you'll treat them better.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, it depends on what's your why.
Yeah.
Why are you doing this? The very first time I signed artists on a record label, I was learning too. I was going through a learning process too.
Yeah.
You get me? I was trying on my shoes as a CEO. I was trying on my shoes as an executive producer. I was
Yeah.
trying on my shoes as a manager. You
Yeah.
get me? All of these things gave us learning experiences that
Yeah.
I think at the end of the day, my beginning was I need more rappers talking about this hip hop thing that I love, that has given me so much.
Yeah.
So when I first popped, I said, come here, let's create this thing.
Yeah.
You get me? So seeing that I know the power that hip hop has to transform a community, and not just one life,
Yeah.
but like a whole community.
Yeah.
There are communities that depend on hip hop, like from top to bottom.
Yeah.
You get me? So when I see the power of that, and I know the why, that the why is to elevate each other and empower each other,
Yeah.
now I know the best way to do it.
Yeah.
I don't need to take your whole life and snatch your soul.
Yeah.
That's what the big labels do.
Yeah.
We can do it different out here.
Yeah.
I can give you the autonomy to dictate your artistic creativity, and we can come in with the marketing and everything else.
Yeah.
You know, so I think it's going to be fun this time round.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Denzel Washington was awarded with the Presidential Medal of Freedom. Along with Lionel Messi, though.
Yeah.
In
Why
the
not?
US.
Why do you find that weird?
Yeah, because Messi just recently moved to the US. I think that's how the US is known for hyping and marketing to the highest level. Whoever is part, regardless of where you've just come in.
There's a documentary I haven't seen yet.
Yeah.
You're calling it typing, and I know where you're going.
Yeah.
Actually, recently a friend told me, gee, you have ADHD. I'm
Yeah.
like, what's that? And I'm like, okay, I know what it is, but he's like, why do you say that? Then he said, because you keep on interrupting people, because before the sentence is done, you already know where they're going. It's like, that's a mark and it's a sign of having that. I'm like, oh, maybe. Oh, but see, not just patience. Now, yeah, there's a Ugandan who was working on the Daily Show. I met him once. I met him while I was in Uganda before he moved. He was working with Trevor Noah.
Yeah.
He has a documentary, I think, which was nominated for an Emmy. And I think he won, actually.
Yeah.
I haven't watched this documentary, but I think I'm going to tell you what the documentary reveals.
Yeah.
The documentary is about football,
Yeah.
right? Football is the most watched sport in the world.
Yeah.
There are places where, during a war, a match had to be played, and they told everybody, cease fire. And football is played.
Yeah.
Nga teri kulwana, teri kuba mundu kwolwo.
Yeah.
We're just going to go watch a boxing or whatever, a football match.
Yeah.
So football has that power
Yeah.
to build friendships, culture, development. Wonna weyagala football osobola muteekawo.
Yeah.
And some certain sports.
Yeah.
Now look at a star like Lionel Messi.
Yeah.
You might not see his work you might know his work on the pitch.
Yeah.
But Lionel Messi's influence on the youth probably in Paraguay. Name a war region, like if they told them that Messi is coming to speak to you guys, they might put down the guns and come listen to what Messi has to say.
Yeah.
Ochiraba, eh?
Yeah.
Like football has that kind of power. I think Ronaldo has that power too. Ochiraba.
Yeah.
Yes, there's a marketing gimmick in there. You get me? Biden and his team could be probably owning some shares in whatever company is signing. I see. I don't want to be pessimistic, right? Or a cynic. But I see the marketing in there, but I also see where the transformative power of sports and entertainment is.
Yeah.
Like you really have an influence on the minds of the youth. That's not something I take lightly.
Yeah.
I don't take that lightly at all.
Yeah.
So when you see a Messi, when you see a Denzel, the Medal of Freedom used to be given to like soldiers for valor.
Yeah.
Like this person, again, in World War, ngatanka bajikubye, but his friends were in there, and he rushed through the mud, went and saved everybody. Those
Yeah.
are the medals are given to people like that.
Yeah.
This guy flew the jet through the war region, went and bombed the dam for the Germans so they couldn't cross over and
Yeah.
destroy a town. Those are the
Yeah.
people they give medals like that.
Yeah.
But people like Denzel, people like Messi, let me speak about Denzel.
Yeah.
Like his influence in the black community on the minds of young men who have aspired for acting, have aspired into character building, confidence building, not just entertainment, but even the work just off the screen that he does. Like you look at a man and you're like, I'm looking at a monolith of a man. If for you, just look at a guy who's like, man, every time he's given a role, he kills that.
Nails it.
But some people look at the discipline with which he does it, the grace, the places he donates to, the speeches he gives,
Yeah.
you know, and all of that over the years amounts into something which is like a phenomenal career.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cosby had that chance, but you know how Cosby ended.
Or how he was ended.
How he was ended, or how he ended himself, you know?
Yeah.
Cosby could have bagged any of those women from the... He was cute, right?
Yeah.
But man, he was dragging... Okay, maybe it's... I don't know. What, the world is like a whole other thing right now where we are.
Well, we're coming to the end of
You know,
this.
we can't even tell what the truth is anymore, because yesterday people were telling me, oh, your president was almost assassinated. I'm like, who, Sevo? They're like, no, Trump. I'm like, trust me, I didn't even know if that assassination was real.
Yeah.
So we get into this debate of like, but was that acting or was it real? Like we're in the place where they could even try to assassinate a president, and we are like,
And even when it was reported that somebody died actually protecting their family.
See,
Yeah.
we are in a very crazy place right now.
So,
Like, there's something crazy in the air that's happening. There's a change coming, but we don't know what it is.
so you wouldn't blame Ugandans for being on what they are?
No,
always
it's the
on?
whole fucking world. Why do you think I'm not in America right now? Yeah?
I see.
Kambereke waka. Yeah?
Yeah.
Let me just like, you know.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
interesting. But
it's
yeah.
interesting. It's interesting. It's an interesting time to be in. I think we as a community, or we as African communities, and we as artistic communities, creative communities,
Yeah.
we have a very big role to play
Yeah.
in creating peace, in influencing people
Yeah.
towards an outcome and a society that we want to see.
Yeah.
Everything begins with a story.
Yeah.
But let there be light. But Genesis 1, that's
Yeah.
all a story.
Yeah.
Everything you've ever had that has influenced your decisions and makes you believe you are who you are is because there's a story you've told yourself, there's a story your ancestors have told you is who you are.
Yeah.
So the storytellers in this world,
Yeah.
we are the new philosophers. We are the new change makers.
Yeah.
We are the people to empower and influence society.
Yeah.
We are the people to help people arrive at the right decisions in influencing policy for the environment. Maulida Akasana. Akasana kaka. These guys think it's a joke. The world is warming up.
Yeah.
Like, we really have to tell people these stories that influence the decisions, that influence the policies that affect us.
Yeah.
This is where we are. Storytelling.
Yeah.
The purpose. The why. And CFA.
Yeah.
But how do we get there? We need to empower the minds of the youth. Tuve mu binene ebyekisiro okuzinda businye empere.
Yeah.
Empere is good. I'm entertained by it. But what comes after? It's your boy G.
Ebran said he's bringing back the Asfas. You've
Yes,
been there.
yes.
How does it feel?
I love the Asfas.
Yeah.
I missed collecting my award the last time because I was tired. We had just landed.
Yeah.
I was there for a short time.
Yeah.
I had to, like, the moment I came in, presented the award, I left. And then told, oh, you won. I was like, oh, man, Gasiri, you won. So it hurt me.
Yeah.
It hurt me that I wasn't there to collect my award. Because
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Is it because it's easier to, nominate who's well dressed and, the fashion awards and the music awards
yeah.
the fashion awards
I
seem
love
to be
fashion. I love
better.
movies. Ebya music award sagala.
Music awards are failing.
Literally confused.
Yeah.
Like there needs to be a new change and
Yeah.
an evolution in the
Yeah.
mindsets.
Yeah.
Is if being
Or should the organizers of the movies and fashion dive into the music as well, maybe?
Again, it's also good to specialize and know where your expertise are.
Yeah.
You get me? Now when twina abantu abali balunga ensenene, balunga ensenene nga kati be basalawo gundi butu. Oyo akuba hip hop. Eh? Like fuck you. So, but let me give credit to A-Brands. Like the amount of work that goes into organizing. It's the biggest fashion event in Africa. Do you know that?
Yeah.
Produced by someone who is from Uganda. We should be so proud.
That's for sure.
And the production that goes in behind, from the moment you're received from the red carpet to the point you're taken behind, is the kind of treatment I expect when I'm in LA.
Yeah.
You get me? So our brother delivers that for us and is playing at that level. I'm glad that they are back.
Yeah.
And we wish you good luck. Good luck with that.
Yeah, well, that being said, it's a new
Was
year.
a more stylish mail? What did I get? I don't remember what I
think
got.
one of those.
One of those. Oh, for the video?
Yeah.
Kat this time I'm gonna choose some konjagala mail whatever.
Yeah. Well, it's a new year. You've been in the country.
Yeah.
People have now embraced your presence. What do you have for the people ahead? What do you promise them as we wind up?
What do I have for the people? I think the people have me.
Yeah.
And I have the people.
Yeah.
And once we have each other, nothing can stop us. I think that's where we need to start. That's what any other answer I would give you would just be serving my ego.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you that now that I'm here,
Yeah.
and I have you, and you
Yeah.
have me, I am a bridge to whatever you want.
Yeah.
And you could be the bridge to whatever you want.
Yeah.
So how do we help each other achieve our wildest dreams?
Yeah.
So that's the message for Jesus too.
Yeah.
Like Jesus could have been like, Jesus also calling Jesus akapya kaliwa. Jesus would be like, niggas, I'm here to take you to heaven. This is the second coming I told you about.
Yeah.
Niggas are going to be like, digenda kudama okufa.
Yeah.
Like, why should I die again? I already gave you that. This time I'm here to take you to heaven. Niggas are going to be like, nae Jesus, singate tulaba wewe sala. Jesus singate vugajiwa golo jinde kundogoi. Ochiraba.
Yeah.
So usually the stories are like that when you're encountering greatness.
Yeah.
And I hope that we are all living in a time where we can recognize each other's greatness.
Yeah.
And celebrate it and empower it so we
Yeah.
can all elevate. It's no longer
Yeah.
right now about relating.
Yeah.
Fuck relating right now.
Yeah.
We already related.
Yeah.
You already know it.
Yeah.
How do we elevate?
Yeah.
And elevate and elevate and elevate and elevate. Greatness has no limit.
Yeah. Before we really call it quits, I know you're a big fan of comedy.
Oh yeah.
And,
yes.
And the atmosphere, a few days back before, or a week ago, before the whole shenanigans happened between two people, there is this kid who came and dissected. Okay, I call them comedians because they're always about something comic, comedy. Because he came out and he started critiquing each character. And Ugandans were like, we've gotten somebody to
Which
do it the best way.
what was that?
The
I don't
kid-
have no idea what
the-
you're talking
the-
about.
The kid is called Abamakas. That's Chameleon's son.
Of course,
know?
Abba.
Yeah, and these guys, just like they usually go at everybody who says something, this time the kid, and they acted like
Someone
they'd never
spelled
seen.
full figure's name with double O.
It's funny.
F-double-O-E by 9 Ugandans.
It's funny because
Ugandans.
they had not seen somebody. You know how critics do with the music. Like you watch a clip, you pause, then you give a comment. It's like they had not seen that.
Yeah.
And the whole time they were like, he was putting one by one up what you said. He comments based on what you said. you know, and he went on dissecting each.
Abba Marcus is doing the Lord's work.
Yeah.
The Lord's work in heaven.
Yeah.
And I think it was Big Trill who had a very nice submission when he said, the Gen Zs are all about accountability at the end of the day. They don't give a fuck about Simani, about Guan. At the end of the day, it's about accountability for what you have done.
Yeah. Yeah.
What have you done to change the situation?
Yeah.
They look at the situation as it is.
Yeah.
I go through this with my nephews. I go through this with like every Gen Z who's young. Oh, I think it's Generation Alpha that's coming next after Gen Z.
Yeah.
They all think so different. I'm a vintage millennial.
Yeah.
You get me? So when you think about how the baby boomers think,
Yeah.
when you think about how this Generation X guys think, our problems actually, most of our problems stem from this Generation X guys. And I know most of them are my fans. I love you. But you guys, you let so much shit slide.
Yeah.
Like, you let a lot of shit slide. There's a lot of impunity there, and there's no responsibility.
Yeah.
And I think because also the country was going through like so many wars, most of them, bachalimu duka.
Yeah.
But the Gen Z is about accountability at the end of the day.
Yeah.
They look at all of the stuff which is happening on the screens where the the Generation X is keeping quiet. The millennials are afraid for the little assets they have gathered, not speaking about anything. The Gen Zs are like, now look at these people speaking for the country.
Yeah.
Like, they're going to boldly say that and be like, look at the person representing you. While all the responsible people who have been looking at this going on are like, man, I wash my hands. I'm not going to be part of the clown show.
Yeah.
Like, the clown show is running the affairs of the nation, right? And everybody who is intelligent is like,
Yeah.
I won't even comment on that. And they sling the mud on me.
Yeah.
Most people are like, okay, if there's a pigsty, and the pigs are playing, you're wearing a white linen suit of linen.
Yeah.
Lwaki oyita awali embizi? Embizi zireke zizanye ku lwazo. So whenever they hear to see drama, most people, the millennials pass this way, the Generation X, Boba Beta, actually the Generation X, even on their profile pictures, they don't even have their face there. But you even only see their birthday. But they are watching everything. They are cowards. They don't say anything. The millennials say something, and they are in the generation of Uganda, Chinyuma. They are drunk off liquor. They are drunk off every point ya kusinikira kobinyo. You get me? Like, there's no seriousness between reality and the joke. You talked about comedy, but comedy sometimes gives you a peek into reality. The problem with our comedy here, which is like social comedy, is that everything is a fucking joke. And everybody has accepted that it's a fucking joke. So when a Gen Z, from the outside looking in, shows you who you are,
It got exposed.
Yeah, it's exposed. You're getting exposed. But it isn't that it's anything new. People know these things inherently.
Yeah.
Temututeeka mu bintu byammwe.
Yeah.
Some people are like, the first year togiteekayo. Yeah, but it's a very... He had some things, some social commentary which like really hit home. So that's your Gen Z. Those are the kids you've raised. These are the monsters you made.
I was looking at
these
him.
are the kids that would actually have the hope in to truly transform this.
Yeah, I looked at him, and in my mind, I'm like, all these guys trying to throw shade at him. The father is probably looking at him and is proud. He's like,
that's my boy.
That's the real version of me.
Actually, an even improved, better version. Like, he should be very proud.
Walk.
I think he's proud.
Articulate.
Walk, articulate, and I've seen Wizzo chilling with Abba.
Yeah.
So it's not like really. And by the way, with these Gen Zs, it's not that deep.
Yeah,
they're just telling you this in hopes that you have some self-reflection, some introspection, so you can change. Tebisibia beef. They're just giving you the truth. The truth is bitter. Swallow the peel. Ochiraba. But there's nothing else under there.
Yeah.
While with a millennial, have you ever tried to tell a millennial to change a little bit? Yeah. The beef a better so seeded, very deep. Gen X is very emotional people.
Yeah, which
Very
is
emotional.
very
The
interesting.
baby boomers, for them, they think, anti fetwali wo mujenga agensi yaffe.
Yeah.
Temulina bye mwakyusa mwatutunda butunzi.
Yeah.
Ekitegeera. Ne mwatuwa omuziki ogwakabi.
Yeah.
That's the thing that you gave us.
Yeah.
And you still had morals, but all your morals are based on on Western values. Now, when you look at the millennials who are woke, man, they love the continent, they love Africa.
Yeah.
When you look at the Gen Zs, they love humanity.
Yeah.
You get me? What you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like the whole of humanity.
Yeah.
And they're like, look at you, and no, just look at you. No, there's a blind spot here. Look at here. They're like, no, I bring the torch. Look at this thing. You get me?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what we're witnessing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, we've come to the end of the show. It's been a great one. Happy New Year to you.
I hate Happy New Year. Don't bring Happy New Year. Just wish me more life, man, more blessings. Happy New maybe messages moving periods.
Happy life.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. That's the way to go. To me, I don't know why it sounds insincere when somebody tells me Happy New Year.
Happy life in this new year.
More life, more blessings, more wins, my G. Great energy. Happy New Year. Nompeza ne bukadi buko budolenga babu forwarding abantu lukumi. How special is that? There's no thought in it.
The next Christmas and New Year's, all Ugandans should send G presents and cards wishing him a Merry Christmas and Happy.
I'll kill all of you. I don't like shit like that. But just give me a hug, a handshake, and a great conversation. We home. Yeah, man. Let's celebrate each other, elevate each other, help each other grow. Yeah.
Easy.
I love you. And see you for one.
Peace.
Aye.